Forget boring fish cakes, these are packed with sweet crabs, smoky white fish and proper punchy flavours. And when they hit that barbecue, they go up to another level. Crispy outside, soft and spicy in the middle, with chilli, spring onion and that little hit of coconut. These are unreal. So we're back again with our second barbecue fish recipe of the week. If you didn't see Tuesday's video, be sure to check it out. That was my garlic, coriander, lime, fish skewers and tacos with charred corn. They are delicious. But today's Thai-inspired crab, fish and coconut fish cakes are unreal, and they are great because they can be cooked indoors and outdoors like all of my recipes. In fact, I did almost cook them indoors today because I've been playing cat and mouse with the weather. Rain, sun, rain, more sun, rain, and now we're back at the sun. So I'm hoping I've picked a perfect time to film this. Anyway, let's get started. And what I've got here is some white fish. I've got haddock, use cod, use, if you want to go up market, use monkfish, whatever you like. Coley works really, really well. And I've got there about 180 grams, and it's just been cut into a small dice. Thank you very much, as always, to Ron Fowler & Sons, our local fishmonger here in Bookham. Try and shop local if you can. So we want to add that to our food processor. We'll try and get it into the food processor, Shane. And then to that here, I've got 2 cloves of garlic, which I've just crushed. You want a tablespoon of fish sauce. Now, I know not everyone likes the old fish sauce, but trust me in this, it is something else, and it really does give it that lovely Thai flavour that we all love and know. And then here, the same again, another tablespoon of oyster sauce. If I can get it out of the bottle. Come on, fella. I'd say that is it there. And then what we want to do is just give that a little blend. We want it to sort of basically go into a paste. That's it. That is us done there. Yeah, that looks perfect. Next into that, you want your crab. Now, I've got a rather large tub here. It was all Ron Fowler had, and there's quite a lot there. There's about 350 grams. I don't actually need all of that. Now, I know you're thinking probably crab, really, really expensive. I did look online, and obviously you can get the tins of crab, and actually, surprisingly, Waitrose were the cheapest. It was coming out at £2.49 for a tin of crab, and that should be absolutely fine for this recipe. But this stuff, you get sort of whole claws of it in here, all the claw meat and everything else. So I want to empty half of this tub into our food processor. And of course, you can up the quantities or lower the quantities depending on what your taste buds are like. If you want more crab, add more crab and less of the white fish, absolutely fine. Make it your own. That looks good. And then into that, 1 egg. Lid back on. Process it again. And that should be it. Ideally, you want to have some bits of crab that are a bit chunkier than others in this. Okay, so get yourself a bowl now. Into that bowl, I've got 1 bunch of spring onions, and all I've done is I've finely sliced them. Then to that, I've got 3 tablespoons of sweetened coconut. Now, if you can't get the sweetened, just use your normal desiccated coconut. I like this stuff because it just adds a nice sweetness against the spiciness we're about to put in. But the only place I can buy it from is actually on Amazon. 1 chilli. Now, I've left the seeds in. I've diced it up, left the seeds in. Up to you. If you don't want it as spicy, take those seeds out. I've got a couple of tablespoons of chopped coriander. Then gloves on, and we want to get our fish mixture in there as well. So just get it all out. That's the kidder. And then just with your hands, give that all a really good mix so that all of those flavours are nicely incorporated. Don't worry, it is quite a wet mix, but these will firm up because they're going to be going in the fridge. And then just make these up into little fish cakes. I like to make mine quite small, but you can make them as big as you want. These are the sort of thing that I do when I've got people coming over and everyone's knocking around. Well, when's it ready? When's it ready? You know, as they do when they're not cooking. And I always pre-prepare these. They're great to prepare ahead because, as I say, they're going to go in the fridge. And then I chuck them on because they're so quick to cook, put them out, and it just keeps everyone happy until the main event arrives. And I have to be honest, they disappear fast. So I would advise probably make double the quantity because they are that good. So again, I'm just making them into patties, sort of that size, not too big at all. And you don't want to make them too thin either, because obviously these are going to go on the grill grates, or I'm doing them on the grill grates today. You also want to make sure that everyone is getting a nice couple of mouthfuls from each one. Okay, and that is our last one. So I actually got 9 out of that mix, which is a pretty good yield. Although I'll probably do 3 or 4 of those off the bat myself. So as I said, in the fridge now, about half an hour, just let them firm up a little bit and then we'll be ready to start the cook. Okay, so these have had about half an hour in the fridge and they have firmed up nicely. The wind has picked up, my shelter is wobbling all over the place, but the show must go on. Now, if you're cooking these indoors, you're just going to cook these with a little bit of oil in a pan over your gas or electric hob. Same timings as I'm going to do on the barbecue. And a lot of people have messaged me about cooking fish on the barbecue. It sort of scares them somewhat. I'm going to be cooking these directly on the grate, but there are other options. You've got things like this. This one's actually a Weber one. Actually used for vegetables, but you could put fish cakes in there. They do a bigger version of that. Obviously, you're only going to get probably a couple of fish cakes in that one. You've got things like this option here, which is a pan. It's got holes in it, so you still get all the nice flavour from the grill. And this one's great because it's got a detachable handle, if I could get it to work. There we go, like that. So you can put it in, detach the handle, let it do its thing, and then when it's ready to come off, and that allows you then to close the lid on the grill, and then when it's ready to come off, reattach it. And then lastly, you've got things like this, which is, I think this is another Weber one I've got. It's actually a fish cage. I sometimes use it for vegetables and stuff, and skewers, whatever you like really. But you could place those fish cakes in there if you wanted to, or any sort of fish, to be fair. That's what it's made for. I like this one because these aren't rigid. So actually when you cook a fish on the barbecue or in the oven or wherever, the fish naturally does shrink with the heat. And if you've got it in one of those standard cages that are really rigid, problem is then it starts to move around in that cage and the fish can break, whereas this will keep it nice and firmly in the middle. So there you go, a couple of options there. But back to our fish cakes, let's get them on the grill. Now, I haven't got this on too high a heat. The coals are just burning away nicely, but I don't want this too vigorous. And I'm going to hit it with a little bit of oil to stop any stickages. Now, if you want to, you don't want to spray this onto your barbecue, then obviously just get yourself a brush and just brush some onto those fish cakes. Battling with the wind here, and then put those directly over those coals. And we're going to cook those for 2 minutes that side. Then carefully, using a little spatula, you just want to flip them over. Got a nice bit of colour on those. And our last one here, it is on the peripheries again of the heat, but that is starting to char up a little bit there, which is perfect. Another 2 to 3 minutes on that side and we'll be ready to give them a try, see how we've done. Okay, so let's plate these up. They look fantastic, perfect colour for me on them, and they've held together really, really nicely. So I'm just going to dish them onto this plate here. One of the world's smallest plates. I should have got a bigger one. I got a lot of fish cakes here to fit on. Oh, look at those guys. Come on. If that doesn't make you hungry, I don't know what will. Well, unless you don't like fish, of course. Fish sauce, coriander, chilli. Then absolutely they are not for you. And I'm just going to plonk that there. A little bit of coriander over the top, so we know for those coriander haters not to tuck in. They'll know what's in there. If I can keep it on there. Hey, that one. There we go. And then lastly, a nice wedge of lime to squeeze over the top. Okay, so let's give one a go. I'm wrestling with the wind here. The coriander keeps blowing off the top of these, so I'm going to get in quick. I'm going to dip it into a bit of that chili sauce. I want to try that. Oh yeah. They are delicious. Perfect amount of saltiness from that fish sauce and the oyster sauce. Just a touch of heat in there. That chili wasn't a really hot one. I've got the nice coriander coming through. Most importantly, above all of it, I can taste the fish. The fish isn't overshadowed by the rest of those ingredients. And some of those ingredients are quite strong. And they've got a lovely texture. Firm, yet succulent at the same time. I've got a nice bit of smokiness on it. The outside is a little bit charred, just enough, so it's nice and delicate. Hasn't overcooked the fish or anything, and that's really important, guys. Don't cook that on a raging barbecue. You want to cook these nice and slowly. They take about 2 to 3 minutes per side, depending on your barbecue, and I'm sure people can wait that long, maybe. They're a bit like, if you've ever been to a Thai restaurant, which I'm sure most of you have, you get those little Thai fish cakes, normally as a starter, and I'd liken them to those for sure. And I could cane a lot of those. Wow. Guys, that's it from me for today. Really appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share, comment. Got a hype button? I'd really appreciate one of those. Coming next week, we've got 2 more barbecue recipes coming. We've got a low and slow barbecue shoulder of lamb, and then I'm actually doing another spatchcock chicken. The last spatchcock chicken from last week did very, very well. People seem to love that one, and my wife said to me, could you do me a jerk style one? So of course I couldn't say no. So that will also be coming. I put a post out on Wednesday of this week saying about our new barbecue classes. They're starting this Sunday from 10 till 2. I would like to, if possible, live stream them. I'm a technophobe. I'm looking into it. I think I might have worked it out. Everyone's in agreement. They're happy to be filmed. So if I can, that will also be streamed this Sunday. But I will put a post out, obviously, if I can't do that. I'll put all of the details of today's Thai-style crab fish cakes down below in the description, as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.